Financings have dried up. What's the impact on the junior sector? Kai Hoffmann is CEO of Soar Financial Group and a good follow on Twitter at Junior Mining Guy. Kai, always a pleasure.
Great to be back, Michael. Thanks for having me.
Kai, how tight are financings right now for the junior space?
I'm trying to think of a good metaphor that we can announce on air here. It's like it is tighter than tight. The summer has been brutal. Of course, seasonality plays a factor, but the Fed and the US dollar are obviously hanging or weighing heavy over the junior mining stocks and the junior mining market in general. Gold is down. It's trading now at 1730. It's still holding in there. Don't get me wrong. It's not too bad. Margins are being squeezed. Confidence is being lost. So it is extremely tight out there. And I was looking at bought deals earlier today, actually, and we've seen one bought deal so far this month, the month of August. One bought deal in the month of July. We've seen 5 in June. I guess that's all right, but it's completely dried up. We'll see Labor Days around the corner. Whether that changes anything, my gut tells me no. We'll see a lot of news. Maybe some companies will try to raise on those on the news, and we'll see if we get some more volume in the markets and some confidence coming back. But personally, I'm very negative right now. Not definitely in a cheery mood.
How are juniors navigating this right now? I guess just doing what they've always done, just pulling back. Kai?
They're canceling financings. They're decreasing the amount of drill rigs they're using. They're really hunkering down. Spending is going down. They're just really putting the head in the sand and waiting until this is over. And I don't see much on the horizon that might change the scenario right now. A Fed pivot is probably the only thing that might change the outlook in the near term. And other than that, it is very tricky. And we see companies, as I said, cancel financings or walk away with only half the money they wanted to raise. That means not a lot of work is done. Shareholder value is not being raised. We're back to the 2015 discussions. Like we're back to the G&A financings to keep the lights on to a degree for many of those juniors, as sad as it sounds. The money is going, or at least some investor interest is going towards juniors that have a lot of cash. There are quite a few that still have a lot of money. They either raised a lot or they came from a lot. And that is absolute key right now.
Let's stick with precious metals and let's kind of go through the bull case and bear case. So I'm taking your outlook right now, Kai, is that it is bearish, and then we are going to be continuing into some tightening. But I guess if you wanted to make it a bull case, things are getting pretty cheap.
They're very cheap right now. I just looked at Newmont earlier today as well. The dividend yield is 5.4%. Talk about cheap. A miner yielding over 5%. I don't think I've seen that in the last 14 years I've been in the sector. That is crazy. And I think it'll get even cheaper if we keep looking at it. We'll see oil prices down in the quarter. So we're trading at around $90 a barrel US. That could be beneficial, meaning inflation might be transitory, at least for part of it. As diesel and gasoline costs are a big factor in the mining sector, we might see costs maybe level off a little bit. I don't think they'll be coming down, but leveling off. That could cost some or bring us some relief in the near term. I'm hoping, but we'll only know in November when the Q3 numbers come out.
Kai, you're a big contrarian. You must be, because you moved back to Europe. You're back in Frankfurt. How bad is the energy crisis?
It's the front page of every newspaper here, and personally, I don't know what to expect just yet. I have yet to renew my energy contract, but it is very grim out here. Food and energy costs are rising. You hear it everywhere. Right now, we still have a fuel subsidy going. I think that ends at the end of the month. So we should be paying another 30, 40 euro cents more per liter by next week. That should put a damper on things as well. It is grim. People are not too excited about the fall, although I've been hearing that our gas reserves are at the limits we need for this winter. And we're struggling. We're trying to find solutions. Our chancellor was just in Canada trying to secure LNG contracts. The EU president, Ursula von der Leyen, also German, is coming to Canada in 2 weeks to secure some more contracts and other things for the EU. So Canada has got us by the longer curlies, if you may say so, and might be some relief for us here in Europe over the winter and at least medium term.
Does this uranium resurgence have legs, Kai?
It looks like it. It looks like it. I've been hearing a lot of positive news, especially out of Japan. They're planning on building new reactors that could give the whole uranium craze a new spark. There are not a lot of stocks you can play in the sector, and I think the prices of uranium will go higher as well. It looks positive. Unfortunately, our ministers here in Germany are a little blind to the fact that uranium is probably one of the very few solutions that we have at the ready right now. Right now, we're busier blaming France for shutting off some nuclear power plants for some much needed revisions. We're blaming them, although we're apparently not using any nuclear. Like nuclear is frowned upon here in Germany, apparently, but we're blaming France for not delivering enough nuclear energy. So it's a bit of a conundrum we're in. I'm still trying to figure it out. Only being in Germany now 5 weeks, but it's a head scratcher when you look at it in detail.
I mentioned at the top your Twitter handle. It's great always checking in with you, Kai, because you go to mine sites, you ask questions, you're visiting them, you're asking great questions, and in terms of putting people there with pictures and videos, you're always worth a follow. You were doing a lot of travel though into the spring, getting off of the pandemic, and also in preparation because you were moving back home to Europe. Any juniors, any stories that stuck out to you in the last couple of months?
Good question. There's a few. I've been visiting the Yukon quite a bit, and one of my favorites, and I'm a personal shareholder, so obviously biased. I want them to do well, is Banyan Gold. Had a chance to visit them twice now in the last 12 months up in the Yukon. Exceptional project. I think it's one of the easiest projects I've ever looked at. It's a flat-lying ore body. They already have 4 million ounces. It looks like they'll easily get to 6, 7. Don't take my word for it. They'll just look at the drill results. They have yet to find the edge of the system, and as long as it continues, the ounces will grow. It's all inferred. It's not the highest confidence rate, but I think that's a stock worth looking at. Especially, they've been actually holding up. I think they're still trading in the 40s. I haven't looked in a while, although I'm a shareholder. But the summer was just too bleak. I didn't want to look at any stocks, but. They're doing great. So that was one of the stories that stuck out. Actually, just today, I confirmed a trip to Kazakhstan. I'm really excited to go to Kazakhstan later this September to look at a company that's exploring for copper and gold, a jurisdiction I've never been to. I'm really curious what that looks like. The project has massive legs and potential. So that's something. I'll mention the name after the site visit. I need to go get my eyes on the ground first, or get my eyes on the project first. But it's something I'm excited about.
You can also give us an update on uranium when you're over there in Kazakhstan there, Kai. Tell us about the conferences that are going to be coming up for the rest of 22 and into 23. I like the shows. They're always tight and they're targeted.
Yeah, like Deutsche Goldmesse is coming up mid-November, 18th and 19th. I think we'll have the best lineup yet. Of course, I'm the show organizer. I have to say it. So, but we got a fantastic mixed lineup of companies. We even have some ASX companies joining us this time. We're working with the Commodity Discovery Fund. They're hosting their annual Commodity Discovery Fund Awards, where they crown the best exploration project. They will be doing it at our conference. They'll be part of it. Really looking forward to that. I have no idea who the winner is. The names, I think they've been announced on their website already, are quite enticing. I have a personal favorite, so we'll have to see. And many of them will be attending the show, and really looking forward to that. And it's in Frankfurt, Germany, in person, one-on-one setting. You get a chance to mingle with the CEOs. You get a chance to have a drink at the bar with them afterwards. We're trying to really connect the investors with the CEOs without much, in between.
Kai, thanks for speaking with Kitco.
Michael, thanks for having me.
He's Kai Hoffmann, a CEO of Soar Financial Group. My name is Michael McRae, and you're watching Kitco Mining.